viewers, how's it going? In my last video I asked you guys, where do you see yourselves in 10 years? And this is what you guys said. Today's comment question of the day is, who's the most important person to you? Okay, so let me introduce you guys to this guy right here. This is 58-year-old Ludvik Dolezal, and he's all the way from Europe. He's appearing in the news right now because he could potentially be the dirtiest man in Europe. That's definitely a title that you don't want to have. Well, I think this guy should be considered as the craziest guy ever. And this is because a year ago, he decided to burn everything he owned and just to live as a homeless man. Well, everything he owned, he burned it down to ashes, and this is where he sleeps. He just like covers himself in all the ashes and it keeps him warm. He's now homeless and he owns nothing. The government is actually giving this guy money so he can live a little from the taxpayers' money. Like, does this make sense? He suffers from a psychological disorder, which makes him want to share his life with fire and ashes. All day he just goes around looking for stuff and he burns it. And because of all the smoke that he's inhaling, he's starting to have problems breathing. If he keeps this up, he's gonna slowly kill himself. Okay, moving on. This right here is 31-year-old Rodrigo Elvis, and he was born in Brazil. Over the years, he's spent so much money trying to make himself the real-life Barbie doll. So far, he has had 12 major operations and has spent over $184,000. Like, is this real life right now? You know how many other things he could have bought for $184,000? One of his most recent operations actually left him almost paralyzed. And this was after gel leaked into his body accidentally. He was diagnosed and he's now receiving treatment. It's so crazy to the extent that people will go just to change the way they look. Why don't we just all learn to accept on who we are and what we look like? Rodrigo claims he is never going to stop his quest for trying to make himself look like the perfect body, despite the fact of almost dying. So guess what? George Clooney got engaged. He proposed to 36-year-old Amal Alamuddin. I probably didn't say her name right, but who the heck are you? Well, apparently she's a British lawyer. George Clooney hasn't been married since 1993, very long time. So this is really big for him and big news to everyone who's a fan of him. And I guess it's never too late to get married. Okay, so let's talk about some NBA news quickly. Former player Shaquille O'Neal took it to Twitter to post this picture. He is making fun of 23-year-old man from Detroit who has a rare condition. This guy was made fun of his whole life. He was just so shocked that the person he looks up to was making fun of him. And he was making fun of him to like thousands of people. And as soon as other people saw this, other people were also uploading pictures of themselves looking like this guy. I mean, like, come on, Shaquille O'Neal, what message were you trying to send out there? Since this incident, this kid has started an anti-bullying campaign. After the story blew up, Shaquille O'Neal took it to Twitter again to say this. Made a new friend today when I called and apologized to Jamal. Great dude, hashtag always learning, hashtag my bad cuz. Jamal now hopes to have a better relationship with Shaquille O'Neal. So what do you guys think about this whole thing? Famous people making fun of like the average shows. Like, come on. Anyways, viewers, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.